A lovely day to all of us, and the program is Conversations. My name is Elizabeth, and you know what we do here. We sit down, get to learn, in a very informal way. We chat with people who know it better than you and I, possibly, and get to extract vital information basically to make us better people today and tomorrow. Of course, when we are better people, we're better citizens. Again, my name is Elizabeth, and we did inform you that we'll be bringing you something very exciting today. It is all about our health. Now, a lot of times we keep wondering, what is the best way? What do we do? At what point do we do this or that? When I say this or that, I'm actually referring to the Orthodox way of treating ourselves and, of course, the alternative way, even though I've just been told today that it's not a good term. It is called the complementary way. But you get to find out how that came about, because I know I have in the studio very exceptional personalities. A lot of them, most of them, you already know. Let's start by introducing yourself.
Morning, viewers. I'm glad to be here. Lizzie, you look so lovely. Oh, I just can't, I need to say that. And I'm happy to see my friend, Dr. Bindir. This is real Nigerian, no?
Of course, thank you.
You soon stop the German side and be fully
Nigerianated.
Great.
Yes.
Let me just say that I am, how do I introduce myself? Let me say.
A whole lot. I know your CV.
I'm a pharmacist. Okay, first let me say I'm a mother. Oh, let me start. I'm a girl. I'm a lady. I'm a pharmacist.
I'm a Nigerian.
I'm a Nigerian. I'm a medicinal plant expert. I'm a producer.
I'm a writer.
I'm a writer. I'm an author. And I'm a producer. I am a, so many things. But my area of specialization and interest, okay, my passion is in the medicinal plants, nature's gift to mankind.
I know that when you talk about nature, for a long time your series was on air. I know it's still on
Nature's
the internet.
Pharmacy.
Nature's Pharmacy.
Yes.
A lot of us benefited from it. And Dr. Bindo, you already mentioned, like your German, I'm tempted to say Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Sehr schön. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Madame Zainab. We've been dear friends and colleagues, and I much appreciate this woman here, and I'm so happy to meet you, to be here in your program, to contribute to the well-being of Nigerians. I'm a Niger wife, so therefore I'm very proud to be here in this beautiful country with these beautiful people.
Great.
And I am the CEO of the Ondomed companies, a medical device manufacturing company. And the companies are in Germany, in New York, and in Nigeria. So the device sitting right next to me to the left, this is almost 30 years in the market already. And it is non-invasive, giving us information about the patient that we otherwise would not find, locate inflammation and treat the inflammation and other dysfunctional tissue sites with pulsed electromagnetic fields. So that's one thing that I do. The other thing is I'm the founder of the Binder Institute for Personalized Medicine. I'm an author under this umbrella of the Institute. I'm a lecturer. I treat patients, I support thousands of practitioners worldwide and patients. So I preach that which I do, which is very important because it has to be authentic.
All right, so I'm not cutting you short, but I also want to add to your CV a little bit. The minute you walked in here, I have been smiling.
Yeah.
You didn't add that you make people laugh.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll be, delving fully, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, what is this device? We'll also talk about it. We will take a break, get to find out from the streets, what is the preference for a lot of people? Is it the Orthodox or the traditional or natural medicine, and why? Let's see this. I prefer Western medicine.
because tradition has no gauge. You can't even know the limits you will take. But if it is a Western medicine, you tell you the gauge. If it's take 2 in the morning, take 2 in the afternoon, take 2 in the night, they will tell you on what to do and it will help you. Yeah.
Western medicine.
I prefer traditional because in the olden days, our forefathers, they are used traditionals, and which they live long life.
Both are good. Before the westernization of our medical issues, we held on to traditional, and it worked perfectly. It is cheap. You can place in any of the communities, you get some leaves and you apply, and then you got your healing. And also I prefer the Western type of medicine too. I told you it's both.
Why?
I prefer Western medicine because the doctor will tell you, they will text you and tell you what is disturbing you. If it's typhoid, if it's malaria, if it's liver, they know what to give you. But traditional, they will not know what to give. Many traditional drugs today, it affect liver, it kill many people. So I prefer Westerner.
I wouldn't say I prefer any one of them. It depends on the situation or the ailments. There are some ailments that people will advise you go for traditional, go for Western. So it depends on the situation and the efficacy of the medicine. So if traditional is best suited for the particular ailments, I'll go for the traditional. If it's Western, I'll go for Western.
Yeah, as I said, tradition is the one that gave birth to Western. But of course, if you want to get more prescription specific, you go for Western.
I prefer Western medicine, and actually, Western medicine is much better because you can still ascertain the shelf life. You can equally ascertain the duration of equally taking the drug. But Orthodox medicine or traditional medicine, you can't ascertain the storage condition. Most of them can be prepared. You don't know whether the drug is still has its efficacy when you take it. You can leave it for as long as. But for the Orthodox medicine, you can see the expiration dates. You can equally get a good information about it, unlike the traditional medicine.
All right, we just saw a whole lot of Nigerians speaking their opinion, and while that was going on, I was busy also taking the reactions of my guests.
Yes.
At the point, said,
Correct.
So I'll let you voice out your and
I am just happy because you know why I'm happy? I want to commend the NTA for this program because when you see the way they talk, what I realize is that all they need is information, correct information and knowledge. That brings me to, it's important. What is traditional medicine? I think we need to clear the air.
Definitely.
You see, traditional medicine is a system. I try to make it simple for understanding. It's a system of treatment, healing, diagnosing, preventing diseases within a community, a locality, and a nation, which they use to treat their people. That is why it's called traditional. It's part of you, it's part of your culture. And having said that, this traditional medicine could be explained or could not be explicable. What is important is a system passed on from generation to generation, either through observations or through speaking. Because if you look at the African context, we didn't have people good in documentation, but they had the experience. I often call it traditional science. So that means it's part of us. So there is no way you can say there is no traditional medicine. And it's also, for the purpose of the people who spoke, you cannot say you don't know traditional medicine. You were born in it.
exactly.
It's in you. If you don't know in the current generation, go to the previous generation. So it's good we understand traditional medicine. Then often at times, let's talk about complementary and alternative medicine. complementary medicine. If a traditional medicine leaves your locality, you know, like we say, let me use the ones that people can easily understand. The Chinese medicine. Acupuncture is traditional medicine to the Chinese.
The Chinese, yes.
But to us here, what is it? Alternative. Alternative medicine. So if you look at it, it is really the root. It is traditional. And also, you cannot say, let's look at a bit of history of traditional medicine, because that will take us into the Orthodox medicine, the modern medicine.
Somebody
because
say this one gave birth to the
this
other
one gave birth to this. And it's good to understand, you cannot tell me now, because you are dressed psychedelically, your mother wearing traditional dress is bad. You say, Mommy, I don't want to, you are wearing this traditional dress. I need to dress like that. You are missing the point, because at the end, you'll be either neither there nor here. Traditional medicine, if you go back, let's start in the creation of mankind. What happened? The Garden of Eden was there for Adam and Eve. In the Garden of Eden, there were no synthetic drugs. Okay? We believe there were fruits and vegetables.
Just like
we see
this
now.
Is my own garden.
So foods were medicine. So that was nature at the initial creation of mankind from the religious point of view. And let's look at, it is said that about 40 aspects of traditional medicine plants were mentioned in the Bible. Do you agree with me? Have you heard of pomegranate?
Yes.
Have you heard of olive? Let me even go to the quotation of Ezekiel 47 verse 12.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
The fruit is for man's food. The leaves is for his healing. Am I making a point?
You are.
Do you understand?
Yes.
About 40 medicinal plants were mentioned in the Bible, including the wise men who came to see Jesus Christ. They brought 3 gifts. Myrrh, frankincense, gold. Do you know all these are medicines?
And
Myrrh is widely used today even in taking as an antiseptic and even used to clean cups. And we even take it internally as a bitter. The myrrh, you know. Okay. Curiosity in research. Jesus Christ was born in a manger. What was a manger? Dogs were there. So we needed to clean the environment.
Yes.
That could be the possibility of the myrrh. Frankincense improves memory. It's also an antiseptic. It has a lot of medicinal value.
You burn.
Yes, you burn it incense. We believe, let me go down to the Islamic point of view. The Prophet ﷺ said, try to incense your homes with frankincense. It drives away the evil spirit. And again, he often takes the frankincense, soak it in the night in milk, and the morning have a good content of about some quantity of frankincense to improve the memory.
You ingest?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you see where I'm going to? So even the Prophet said, he told his wife Aisha, he said, Aisha, when you want to prepare a casserole for me, add the squash. You know what is squash?
Of course.
It's like the pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin, yeah?
Exactly.
Pumpkin type.
He said, it heals the grieving heart. He said, the believer is like the citrus fruit, and because of the good smell and the good tastes. Are you getting my... These are some of the religious point of view. From the scientific point of view, because it's good to know the journey. Initially, we were thinking, what is even pharmacy? It's a Greek word meaning pharmakon. That is the medicine man. Initially, people were treated by the monks and the priests. Okay?
That, yeah.
They were treated. They were not scientists. They were religious people. But they used to stay, when the people come with the disease, the monks, some of them were preparing, they will diagnose the disease and they will give you the provisions. Then gradually, with maybe support and the intuition, they begin to diversify. They said, you can prepare the concoctions while you can diagnose the element. That is the beginning of medicine. When you were to diagnose, when you are to prepare the medicine, you became an apothecary. I am an
Apotheker,
apothecarist.
pharmacist.
Apothecaries.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
me, that
preparing
is-
the medicine.
Me,
Okay,
that is,
and that is the symbol of my pestle and mortar. If you come in here as a pharmacist, apothecarist, whatever the concoction is around here, I am believed to do something to help you.
Yes.
Medicine was thriving. The great scientists, Hippocrates, was treating people using diet, exercise, and happiness.
Which is where her
Yes,
comes
where
from.
she, you know, these were early scientists, and Hippocrates is the father of modern medicine.
That's right.
You can see his originality. Traditional was his originality. You see, when we Orthodox say, no, I laugh. Because go to the person you take an oath. How did he start?
The Hippocratic Oath.
Yes, he started using medicinal herbs. And he had 344 herbs to his collection. The royal family. You know, when you go to the United Kingdom, they use, the queen
A lot of
has a
alternative
lot
medicine.
of plants.
Yes.
There was even disaccharides who had 600 medicinal plants in what we call materia medica. It was used as a reference book for 1,600 years. The Arab world, we have great scientists like Avicenna. You know, even to build a hospital, you know what they did? The history, he used a piece of meat, tried to throw the meat in an environment, the cleanest environment that did not have much infection. That was where the first hospital was built in Baghdad. Let me come back to Africa. You know, I'm just telling the story so that today is the day that people should get better explanation of saying
Exactly.
traditional
Very important.
or medicine. Let's
Yes.
begin to see how we can synergize both. If we don't do that, we'll be lost completely. Because those who have the knowledge are going. And the scientific world, we are in the middle. We don't want to go down to see the practitioners who have the knowledge, to gain the knowledge and process it to modern science. And we are waiting for the people, like she said, the Western world. So you have to answer them in everything you do. Don't you think there's a problem there? You know, we are discussing now.
You know, if
Yes.
I let you, I'm enjoying this.
No, me
and
too.
I-
No, it's good.
Honestly,
Very
because
good.
it's
Because
get
well done.
educated.
I need
But-
to put this
Yes, I'm
history
enjoying
straight.
it very
Yes.
well. I'm sure one of your books must have this story because
Sure,
I need to
it
have
has.
it big time.
It has.
So, Dr. Silva, I'd like to know really, she mentioned something. How do we begin to synergize it? I know you are deep into that.
Yes.
At what point do we really know what to do? How do we begin to mix up this? You know,
Yes.
I recall you walking into the studio, you asked her, what drink is this? And I didn't know
Yes.
the meaning. She just opened the bottle
Yes.
and took a
smelled.
bit.
I love
of
that.
it. And she opened it and looked. And
She's
she
telling you what
she
you don't
told
see,
me
my
exactly
friend.
what was inside
Tell
the
them
drink.
what you like in
You know?
Nigerian
I'll
concoction.
tell
So
you,
tell
you,
us.
you can be scientific,
Yes.
you can read books, you can listen to lectures, but it will never replace the experience. You cannot, and neuropsychology and neuroscientists will prove that if you don't experience, and see, this is what people do here, they love to experience, they're not afraid. They have love in their hearts. Their heart is open. That's why I love the Nigerians so much. They're vibrating. And so is the earth, because not to forget, you know, we're part of the animal kingdom. We have just taken a different route in evolution, and so has medicine. You see, when I listen to you speak, the traditional medicine, the wisdom that goes into the thousands of years that our forefathers all over planet Earth have been using, you know, it was just the stepping stone that didn't complete the evolutionary process yet in being scientifically proven. That is all that's needed.
Yes.
We need to take the good herbs that are plentiful here in Nigeria, and we need to test and regulate them. That doesn't mean we're limiting people. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. We're setting them free so there are people on the streets, like all of us, we're people from the streets too. We go to shops and with safety and security and confidence we can purchase herbs. We like I said, I open up the bottle And I smelled and I said, oh, cinnamon and cloves, as you said. But I said, I'm worried about the water.
Yeah, whether
So-
the water was boiled.
That is
Or
correct.
there was those measurement of the water.
That's right.
To get the
So-
maximum effects.
Yes.
That will bring me to the story of modern medicine. I think it's good. You know, like you can see, they say no dose. When the science of medicinal plants were going on, when the concoctions were being prepared, some scientists now said, let's take this product and study it to see, this is holistic, but I want a particular effect, specific, standardized, qualitative, measurable. That is where the history of pharmaceutical medicines came. Or we will say the scientific synthetic drugs. You know opium?
Yes.
You know morphine?
Yes.
It was extracted from opium. And that morphine that was extracted, taken to the lab to understand the structure of opium, morphine, and then copy that structure and produce a synthetic copy. So you were left with enough,
Right.
more. And then you knew that extracting that morphine will give me that specific effect. Hence, that is the other school of thought that said it is specific, the active ingredient is identified, but this is holistic with so many things, chemicals in it. So science said, this is it. Let's get that specific one. That is the language of active ingredient, which is in modern pharmaceutical. Okay? So why am I saying this? About 45% of our pharmaceutical drugs came from plants.
Of course.
And most of the information came from traditional medicine. You know, let's go to a bit of a story. Because medicine goes with science and story.
Within a story.
So that when we story, so
Story.
that when we are talking to our children, you know morphine.
Of course.
The word morphine is from the goddess of morphine. Goddess.
The Greek? Is it Greek?
Yes. Do you understand? And then one patient came to see a doctor. He had a heart problem. The doctor said, oh my God, this is serious. You're gonna die in 3 months. The guy left. You know, he has to go and prepare his will, do everything. He saw these local people. Okay? This is interesting. You know, we believe parables.
Oh, yeah,
Our
yeah.
grandparents tell us stories, wisdom, knowledge, and reality. They now said, go to that witch that makes those concoctions. You know? Yes, try. He said, come. He said, let him. He went to her. She was preparing her concoctions. Do you understand? She told him, he told her that they said, I have heart problem, I will soon die. She said, can you help me? He said, the patient said. He said, yes. She gave him the concoction, prepared according to, you know, apothecary. Gave him the concoction. The guy got better. You know what I like in this story? He went back to the doctor, who told him he'll die in 3 months' time. The doctor said, how come you're still alive? What is your problem? He said, I went to the concoction lady. But the most intriguing part of this story is that the doctor said, who is she? He went, followed his patient to that witch doctor. Do you
So
understand?
that's unique.
Yes,
Because
that's unique.
the
Some
problem
of
we're
that is the
facing today.
uniqueness. He didn't say, no.
Oh, I don't wanna
I
hear
don't
it.
want this practitioner. They don't know what they are doing.
Yes.
That
It
is
was
what is
open.
missing for us today.
That's it.
What
They're so
happened?
closed off.
So close. If there is anything, that is the science. That is the
That's
research.
what started.
Let's go and find out.
Yes.
He went to the lady. The lady told him, as a scientist, he took the plant, went for, and you know what is the name of the plant? Hydrolytica asiatica.
What does that mean in English?
That is what we called autumn berries, which is used today as heart tonic.
Brilliant.
Can you see
see.
the way God does his own? So you can see what I was saying, the missing gap.
Right.
The doctor took it, went to it, and went it. And that is the basis of drugs like digoxin, first gloves, which we have digoxin now today, which is used in the manage. Chincona back, Peruvian back, we're able to get quinine, and then we synthesize to get chloroquine.
That's
Bitter
it's
cola.
not the dogoyaro.
I'm coming to those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, when our parents, you know, some people will say, when you have malaria, you know, even your mother is the first doctor.
Of
You
course.
realize that women are the first doctor?
Definitely.
So we are proud, isn't it? Let's just and understand.
Honestly.
Congratulations for being the first doctor. Why? I'm being natural doctor. When you see your child or your husband is not feeling fine, you notice that. Then you say, oh, this guy has malaria. What do? You run to the backyard. Nobody can pretend it doesn't happen. So let's leave that story of saying a lie, a lie.
This COVID-19 period,
We will come to
a
that.
lot of people went back to their pots.
So you bring that, look, you bring the mango leaves, you bring the pawpaw leaves, you bring this, and then what do? What does your mother do?
Oh, she
Boil
boils
them.
them,
And
give
then
me
does
a
what
bit
to you?
drink, then make me soak myself in
That's right.
steam inhalation. Because I think you know it better.
No, I want you to talk.
I will sweat out everything.
Do you understand, Bindir, why?
The air pathways, you're breathing it in. And through breathing it out, this is the best detoxification process.
Correct. That process that your mother was doing to you is called diaphoterism.
Diaphoterism? Okay.
You are detoxifying. The organs are toned. The liver, the kidney, that perspiration, vasodilatation, so that they will understand. The pores are open. The toxins come out. The inside organs are now livelier. What do? They fight the foreigner.
That's right. Immunity is improved.
And immunity is improved. That was what our parents were doing. For me, as a scientist, I needed to understand this so that I can tell people. Thank God I now understood what they meant, and this is the science in it. So detoxification is very important in the management of malaria.
I'm going to jump in here with the breath, how important exhalation is.
Exactly.
And the women and men listening to this program out there, when you want to lose weight, you think that you, of course, all the things that you do, I'm not talking about what to do to lose weight,
well-being.
but when you lose weight, scientific evidence has shown that 80% of the weight that you lose is being exhaled.
Exactly.
It is not urinated
Yes.
or via stool or sweat. It is your outward breath. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to pay attention to conscious breathing.
Exactly.
That is very important.
You know, what you're saying, does it explain why if I go into the sauna and come out, I notice that I suddenly lose a good calorie, yeah, that's what
It's
they
a
call
fluid.
it. You know, it's a
Yes.
fluid. Because you're
Yes.
actually expelling heat.
Yes.
at
But
the
it's
same
just
time.
fluid. So when you
Okay.
drink, you're going to gain that right back.
Okay.
So what we need to lose is fat.
Fat.
That is what we
And
need
that
to
burning
lose.
sensation. That brings me to, you know, we are talking traditional and bringing it to the science
Yes.
of pharmaceutical medicine. Both are very, very important. Everyone has its own unique role. Traditional, when you talk of traditional, we talk of traditional foods because foods are nasty. So we need them for preventive health care.
May I jump in here? Can you
Sure.
hold that thought? Because for a long time, you know, Hippocrates, as we say it,
Yes.
from Greece, 400 before Christ,
Yes.
in Kos, he, the grandfather, let's say,
Modern
of
medicine.
modern medicine, he said, let food be thy medicine and medicine thy
Be thy
food.
food.
But that doesn't, what that really means, and I
Yes.
want you to
Good food.
cellularize
Yes.
it, is that you're not eating to please your tongue and palate, but
Correct.
you're eating to nurture your body,
Yes.
your mind, your spirit. So that is often not understood. You're just
Yes.
reading it and
Yes.
it's superficial. Okay. So it is, I want to say, the 80-20 rule, that 80% of what you eat are foods like vegetables,
Yes.
fruits, fats, you know, good fats are like nuts, avocado, bad. No. I want to smack the plate.
That is a good one. You know, what she's saying, why I was happy about the detoxification, that brings me to the idea of our local spice. You know, we all have spices differently. For us in Nigeria, we have ginger, we have oziza, we have
Turmeric.
turmeric, We have grains of paradise.
There's a
So many.
Iru.
Yes, Iru, all those spices. When you take them in pepper soup, you know you sweat. Those sweat brings in also excess, some degree of fat.
Okay.
But what is important, as we are saying, the traditional medicine, because I don't want the traditional healers to go away. The Chinese said, we do not ignore the barefoot doctors. They are the basis of our information. If a traditional medicine practitioner, just like that woman, told him this is for heart, when we take a modern medicine, we start the research from what she has said. It's easy to start from known to unknown. So you see the connection. Our practitioners, we must say kudos to them, because even WHO recognizes that they are providing 80% of service at the primary health care
Definitely.
or rural health care. That means 30% is the Orthodox. And if we must improve in medicine security in Africa, we must look at the local content and support research, so that I am looking at us getting more medicine, either in form of nutritional foods or nutritional supplements or nutraceuticals
Or better
or
to use the
phytomedicine
food.
that can
Yes.
be used and enhance well-being and good. While we further go into research to produce this pharmaceutical medicine. Point of note. Lizzie, do you know if you want to discover a drug, you want to produce a medicine, it used to take people 20 years, a lot of clinical trials. Now it's 12 years, maybe less. You do clinical trials. You will spend about, let's say, close to $100 million.
Just for
Are
one
you ready
medicine?
for that?
Just for one medicine?
Yes. And of course, when you bring it out, you must patent it
Exactly.
until you are over to recover. But the way Africans are, we can't do that. We need to domesticate and see how we can do to help our people, while we can also look at the international aspect in area of research and clinical trials.
But that's
so that
secondary.
we can be able to
Primary
manage
is to help
value
our own
to
citizens.
Exactly.
First, I mean, we always
with
wanna
what they
be-
have.
Every
Exactly.
human is important.
Exactly.
But let's start in our hometown.
In our home. What do
Yes.
we have that is available to us? We have seen what our grandparents have used. Let's make the science and make it better. Like what we are saying. The purpose of modern science is to see how toxic is this thing. That is the science. Oh, okay, the parents, let's remove this. Let's make it better. Okay?
You know, Hajiya Zainab,
Yeah.
a lot of people are writing in here, and I actually did, promise them
Okay.
via the promo that we'll take a lot of their questions. We'll take a break before we begin to take that. But just before that, let's quickly look at the device.
Yeah.
You had in somebody actually asked here, what is this device for? Can you quickly tell us
Quickly, yes.
what it's all about, and is it? I don't know if it's painful. I would have said, let me put
Not
myself
at
as
all.
guinea pig.
Explain to them.
Can
Of
you
course.
explain to us what
So
it is?
this is physics.
Physics.
Exactly.
And physics precedes, meaning comes before chemistry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything in our body is a mini cosmos. On the outside, we're living in a big cosmos. Everything is energy.
Yeah.
Everything breaks down into energy. Even the food that you eat
It
breaks
goes to
into
energy.
energy. So this is an energy device, just like in an ultrasound, an MRI, X-ray, that's energy, testing the energy parts of the body, physics.
Okay.
So here, this device allows me to scan the body while palpating the radial pulse, and it's the autonomic nervous system that gives me information, not my education, not the books I read, not the experience I have with other patients, but I personalize the treatment to what it is that you need and where you need stimulation. So if you have high blood pressure, like many people have in this country, I would not just give you medication. I would not just throw a program at you. I would dial you through the frequencies programs. I will have to first turn it on, of course. Let me come closer to you. And I would go to, let's see, module 2. I didn't connect everything, so let me just start a program. So you would wear the neck applicator.
Okay.
If you want to put it around your neck, very good. I would palpate your pulse,
Okay.
and then I would scan to find where is your body reacting to the stimulation.
I'm not supposed to talk when you're doing it.
You can talk.
Okay.
You could talk.
So I
It's
have
energy.
a reaction right here, lower jaw. There might be something going on that you might feel already, or it's something that is brewing, because this is not going into preventative action. I can pick it up before you even get the pain, before you have a full-blown infection or inflammation. Reaction right here, thoracic, both sides, could be bronchial. Also reaction in your liver region. So once I find it, I then stay on it to help attract immune cells into the area.
Exactly. Immune cells.
To help
Immunity.
to microcirculation, to help to activate the local lymphatic system, which means that it will help you to detox, and it also brings blood flow into the area if and when needed. The body is wonderful in
Can
regulating
heal
itself.
The
Yes.
ability to heal
And we're
itself.
aiding in that
When
process.
you give it what it wants, it
That's right.
reacts and is able to heal itself. That's the mechanism.
So it's a wonderful device to help with any chronic disease. We're not treating the disease, that's
Yes.
important.
To identify
Yes.
it.
We're identifying problem areas and honing in on the problem areas rather than on the disease name.
Yes.
Like hypertension.
Yes,
Well, why
no.
do you have hypertension is the question. What are you doing that makes you have high blood pressure? Or why do you have pain in your knee? Well, maybe it's coming from your shoulder. That is an old injury. But you know, if I do an X-ray, I only see the knee. I wouldn't be able to dial myself backwards into history of the patient's life story according to their health records. I would be able to unravel like an onion, peeling one layer after the other to understand, well, what is really going on with this patient?
All right. So, and I hope I've answered that question, the person that asked that. We'll quickly take a break now. When we come back, I'll read almost all the questions here, if it's possible, because there are a whole lot
There's
of
so many
We could have a
questions.
second
So many,
session.
yes.
You know, I hope the
come
mothers
back.
are listening because
Yes,
they
the
are the
mothers.
natural healers.
Incidentally, most of the questions I'm seeing here, they say Sunny and all of that. They're men. we'll be right back.
Did you get to see the way Daily Babadu posed this?
Don't forget to send in your messages.
There's a difference between picking, child, and issue.
لا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة. That is this.
And do more with less people.
If we have a better way of addressing these issues, taking care of
Congratulations, you've been able to sign Timo Werner from RB Leipzig.
So you take water before your workout.
People have used their phone, using TikTok to do this.
Should I go for test? Should I?
A lot of people don't even have resources.
I'm Cecil, and this is the Medley Show on NTA.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take its pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day I got tired of all that and I said,
Okay, the show is still Conversations, and I see lots of people writing in. Let's see as much as we can take. How can we now go back to our local medicine in this modern time. I'll wait for you to take that, but let me quickly take more. Good morning, please, Madam Zainab. Since the federal government of Nigeria have key into manufacturing of drugs, with your experience in pharmacy, I want to key into the project. He says his name is Miminu. Okay, he didn't tell us where you're writing from. And another person says, good, Madam Elizabeth, thank you for the topic. The Spices Association appreciates you people, especially your guests and the discussants. The uses of spices cannot be overemphasized. Thank you, NTA. Well, thank you very much. I didn't know there was Spice Association.
Yes,
I didn't know.
Yeah,
okay, that's
either.
great. That's
Very
great.
good.
Association of Spice
Not many
Producers.
countries have that, I'm sure.
Sorry?
Not many countries.
Because it's
offer that.
generating revenue. We are
Makes
saying
sense.
go back to farm. This is enhancing agriculture.
That's good.
You see, some women have one few hectares. They grow their turmeric, they grow their ginger,
And
because
so
our
much in
species is very
consumption
good.
now.
Our species is very good.
Very good.
So you need to grow them, and then when they grow them, luckily they are able to process them. You see this yaji in form of pepper. You see that yaji you see.
What's the content in that yaji?
Yes, because it depends on the producer, or it depends on the formulation. The basic content is cayenne, the pepper, dried pepper. Okay, you know it's hot.
Yes.
We have different species. There are so many very hot ones. Okay, unguru pepper. There's from a very, they say, spicy. So you have pepper, you have ginger, okay, and then you have cloves. You know, cloves is so expensive.
Yes, it
They
is.
call it atere in Yoruba. We call it kanufori in Hausa. Okay.
She told me there's cloves here.
Exactly. At least these are the three main spices that we use. And often at times they put what we call masoro. Masoro is also what we called West African black pepper. Okay? Or what you called uziza in Igbo. You know, they have those things. Those are the basic ingredients. Then now it has been enhanced. You add cinnamon, you add turmeric, you make it a special mix with so many multi-component of these spices. However, we must be careful. Excess spices could cause and irritate the stomach.
Yeah.
And then
When
irritation,
it's excess-
which can stimulate and cause ulcer.
Which brings me
So
to
you have to be
what's-
careful.
Yes, it brings me to
Measurement,
what-
formulator.
Yes.
You know, we like she said, we like to taste. But while you are tasting, think of what you are tasting. So that you'll be able to know the content. So, and again, you see, I want Nigerians, everything is not about money, my dear. You want to bring it out and sell. Before you sell, understand the content. What quantity of ginger do I want? What quantity of this do I want? Play over it. Make the samples, like you said, trials. This is the taste, this is the taste, this thing. You try. And then in this modified pepper, they do add garlic. So you have the garlic yaji, okay? And then they add iru, dawa dawa.
Oh, really?
So you have the dadawa yaji, and then they add the garden egg, but not this bitter one. So we call it the, what do you call it? We call it the gauta pepper. So you see these three fantastic spices.
Lots to learn.
Which you can eat, which you can eat rice. You can eat rice with it, you can eat yam with it. If you want to do the yam, you fry it in palm oil with some onions. At times you don't have to do the stew all the time.
Oh, definitely.
You understand? Emergency as women. What do you do? Emergency.
That's a window.
Yes.
I don't cook African soup.
You don't cook African soup?
I really don't.
Why?
It was,
We are going to sack you back to Germany. Because as an African, you are married to which tribe? Tell us the
Igbo,
tribe.
of course. An
The
Igbo tribe.
are
Igbo
very
people,
traditional.
hello.
Igbo, tell us, what do you tell the Igbo people? What have you learnt in Igbo? Tell them,
Oi,
Igbo Okwenu?
don't do that now.
Tell them Igbo Okwenu. What do you want to tell them? Speak to the
Go ahead.
Igbos.
Go ahead.
Nothing
to
is
the
coming.
However, have you heard of the African
Why,
salad?
Why, Oma?
Wanyoma.
Wanyoma.
Wanyoma, you did well.
Have you heard of the African Igbo salad?
Onyeche.
You did well.
Tell her.
Have you tried the African salad? The
Yes,
Igbo
I
salad,
have.
abacha?
I just cannot get used to the taste of the fish in there.
You can change the fish, my
It
dear.
is, I don't
Is
like
it the sardine? I don't like sardine
And I
too.
don't like the stockfish that
You
they
don't like
put
the
in
stock?
everything. And it's a shrimp right? It's a form of shrimp that they put in everything. The smell of it makes me sick to my stomach. I should not continue talking about that topic.
Now, I want to know.
I'm going to tell the husband, no, you can't do that in Nigeria.
The husband
Has to
is
be
actually
told.
watching. No, he's watching.
Let's give an assignment, Lizzie. Do you know the assignment?
But my mom
the
is
assignment?
Let me
cooking
tell you
very
something.
well.
Can
So
I give you
like
an assignment?
moi moi. Moi moi I like.
You like moi moi?
My mom is
Okay.
moi moi.
Can we give you assignment? Go and understand the contents of the Igbo salad. Understand their medicinal value. Can you replace them with what you like? So we now call it Bindir's
African salad.
African salad.
And yes, thank you.
That's and I'll help you sell it. We'll market it for you. But I still want to go back to what we were talking about earlier, when we said how do we begin to complement,
Yes.
the medicine.
Yes.
And I want you to speak on that.
Yes.
How do we, embrace it
Okay.
in such a way that, like the speakers we had, some were skeptical.
Yes.
I want to be able to walk into your institution
Yes.
and take whatever option that is
I have,
available.
just
that is
like in
best
other
for me.
countries.
Okay,
Yes.
so how
India,
do we
China.
Okay.
Right. Well, I think that everyone should have a choice.
Yes.
And it should not be regulated by a governing body to tell you that only this is available. This is wrong. So we need to make sure to provide good health care. And that means, for me, the best system is an integrative system. We show respect to the traditional, and we show respect and honor to the Orthodox. So we combine it. So I would always say, start with the least invasive.
Exactly.
Start with lifestyle changes, go to a nutritionist, go to a camp practitioner that will look at you and will start you out with helping you to improve your lifestyle. If that doesn't work, you ought to see an Orthodox practitioner who will take your blood test, saliva, urine, to rule out, not to find something, but to rule out that nothing is going on that needs medical intervention. There's nothing wrong with that. Everything right with that.
Okay. Let me just add to what she has said. It's a very important question because WHO recognizes all the three healthcare systems, traditional, orthodox, and the complementary. So we should bring the synergy. That brings me to what we are doing in the Ministry of Health. We have developed policies, we are collaborating with the practitioners because the main purpose is to integrate these systems into the main healthcare deliveries so that patients have choice.
Okay.
When you go to China, you want to see an Orthodox doctor, you have the choice. You want to see what they call a TCAM doctor, you have the choice. And you must be trained in TCAM, like the Chinese. You are open
That's
to
right.
the area of medicine, of traditional medicine. In India, the Ayurvedic doctor undergoes training to be an Ayurvedic doctor 5 years, just like 5 years to do the medical.
With
You know,
internship.
because they're important, they realize
Yes.
that all these systems are important. So you are exposed to specialization. If you look at the population of India and China, if they were to import their drugs, will they survive?
It will definitely not
So
survive.
we need to support, and the ministry is doing the
Let's
best.
interact with our viewers. So say thank you, Auntie Sharif, and thank you, Dr. Bindo, for educating the public on alternative medicine. I was in Ebonyi State. I had back pain, took some drugs from the pharmacist, all to no avail. A local man gave me the bark of a tree, which I almost rejected at first. He put in a piece of bottle, and today I'm healed. And he says his name is Pastor Eyong. Pastor Eyong, thank you for
You know what you
sharing
can tell
that
Pastor
with,
Eyong? Please, can he let him bring it to us, that back.
Okay.
Or the practitioner can come, so that we can take them for research. This is what we are missing, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes,
we
we
are
need
missing
to, that's
this
the
thing.
regulating
We
part I
have
was
to bring
talking
them
about.
So whatever
We need
that
to
heals,
understand.
let's
so that
investigate it,
yes,
right?
the research.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is what we are calling on the federal government, especially you talk of during the time of COVID-19. Whether we like it or not, there was backyard business. You know, I was saying nature does not like vacuum. It abhors vacuum. While we were waiting for the vaccine, what were we doing?
We're treating ourselves.
When they were doing
I had
their
a special
laboratory
pot.
research,
I had a special
searching
pot.
for the vaccines, we had to do something. And nature has given you these things. So I knew people who were calling me from US to send them neem tree.
Oh, the best tree on the planet. The The United States even put a whole
can you hear
book
that?
on it.
We have them
on a neem
yes.
but
tree.
we did you hear that what she said?
Dr. Bindu, my time is almost up. Somebody is asking me here, how do I get this machine and learn to use it? Is it available for sale?
They can just go into the, yes, it
They
is.
can come to NTA,
Okay.
and you give them details.
All right, okay,
because
so
this is the
you're
forum.
listening,
Yes.
and I'm trying to see how much of the meals we can take. Good morning, my name is Sanimu from Mina, Niger State. I would like to bring that machine to our local. Okay, still talking about the machine. If you need the machine, we'll reach you personally and give you how to go about it.
Yes.
Gabriel from Abuja says, good morning, our guests. Please, how do I treat tough cough? I don't know. We're not actually prescribing at this point.
Yeah, but you can just give them what we call first aid remedies.
Okay, so
depending on the type of cough, basically.
You have to,
yes, basically. Yeah.
But
okay,
also
so
bitter
ginger,
cola.
lemon,
Bitter
cough,
cola, very
but
good.
it's still good when a cough is too long.
We don't
You
know.
need to go.
Is it dry? Is it
Yes.
wet? Is
to
it
go and
productive?
find
We don't
out
know
from
what
the
cough is.
experts.
But I know that
Everybody
about
has
this
his role.
period, dryness
because
is
of the
excess.
weather. So you
a lot
can
of
do
people are
basic
coughing.
immunity boosting.
Okay.
Lemon, honey, ginger.
Yes.
You just
Bitter
take that.
cola, bitter cola.
Ginger and lemon.
Bitter
and
cola,
then
you said?
She loves
Yes.
bitter cola.
Bitter cola?
Yes.
Wow.
Very, very important.
Cleansing to the throat.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bitters are very
Yes.
important to cleanse the liver, the gallbladder.
You know, people do say, you know, that the one of the speakers there said, they kill the liver, they kill the kidney. Not only traditional medicine destroys the kidney, we know the long-term reason of our drugs. So we have to have balance. Yes, we need to understand. Go to the expert.
Okay,
We'll
so
tell you how to use them.
all right, somebody says here, I'm a herbal doctor. How can I get Dr. Zainab's number? If she's okay with you.
They can come to you.
Okay, so I'll send you
Yes.
the number. And my director is reminding me my time is on. I'm trying to do peak.
Too many
There's so many
things.
of them, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Madam Elizabeth, thank you for the topic. Okay, say Victoria Tabak, the president of the Spice Club, and he's still saying thank you for promoting them. And this person says, thanks. Please, how do we jointly slim down from exclusive fatness? He didn't mention his name. All right, you want to slim down. They already told you what to do. Do a lot of detox.
Slowly, seriously.
And then mind what you eat.
If I may say, you Nigerians,
Uh-huh.
you deep fry, you're beautiful. Let's just talk about that.
Yes.
It is a horror to deep fry the wonderful
Yams,
the
or
yams,
potatoes.
yes, whatever,
and using different
chicken, whatever
oils.
you're doing, everything has to be deep fried.
And
stop doing that, because you are creating that fat, that
into your
oil that's
system.
been
All right.
soaking up with that is going to reside within you, and you're going to grow.
All right, so thank you very much. My time is up. So stop deep frying, please. Eat your food as natural as you can. We'll see you again next week. This topic, I'm not sure we're done. I'm going to have to beg them to come back and let's do a good job. Add to this next week, possibly, if they have the time. For now, just continue to eat healthy. Remember, like they said, your food is your medicine. Bye for now.